82 minutes. Nicole Richie in and out of jail in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Lindsay, Lohan's stay in the slammer will last one day. Probably break down to a couple of hours. Are the party girls really paying their debt to society?
Some say they're paying too much. Don Schweitzer is over in Los Angeles. He's an attorney and a former Orange County detective, and he could bring us inside the system. Did they get off easy, or the fact that they spent any time will spend any time in jail show that they're getting off harder than most?
I don't think you can gauge the treatment by the jail time, because LA County Jail is so overcrowded that most people are just going to be checked in and out in situations like this. But what I'm offended by is how lenient of sentences they received. Now, call me, maybe subjective, because I live and work about 5 minutes from where Nicole Richie was driving the wrong way on the freeway. But that conduct is so dangerous that, I don't care if she's a celebrity or not. If you get hit by somebody like that, you're going to be hurt, you're going to be killed, and they should have made a message with that. You know, Don, I thought after Paris Hilton we'd probably see a few harsher sentences. I did too. I was hoping that the day of treating celebrities light was over with. I was hoping that the DA's office would start sending a message to these people and to the public. It's not the case. These people, particularly Lindsay Lohan, you got to consider the fact that she was in a hit and run. She caused injury to herself, and then the second incident while she was on bail, she's running around the streets of Santa Monica chasing after people. Very congested city. I had my kids in that city on that particular weekend, and the thought of what she was doing is horrific. She should have been sentenced to 6 months to a year. How much time she serves in the jail, that's up to the sheriff's department and how much space is available, but the sentences are way too lenient.
So you're saying right now, if you or I did the same thing, we would not get the same sentence?
No, I think that Richie received the minimum, and if I were to walk into the court on your behalf and try to get a negotiated plea, the DA would look me in the face and say, hey, that was outrageous conduct, and she's going to get a sentence because there's aggravating factors. You wouldn't get the minimum. You know, it's going to remind a lot of people of OJ to a much lesser extent, certainly not the crime, but if you got enough money and you're famous, you can get out almost anything. Very bad message, particularly with these young women that are racing around L.A., drunk driving, crashing into things. What is that telling our kids? I've got two daughters that are 13 and 14 years of age, and I think, like all the other girls in this nation, they look up to the Hollywood girls, the girls that are in their young 20s, and what they're learning is if you got the looks and the money, you get away with this stuff, and it's maybe even good for your career. It's a real bad message.
And finally, what's it going to do for these judges' careers? Are they just going to go by unscathed? Are they going to just accept this, or are people going to start scrutinizing their sentences?
Don't hold your breath. Do you know who the judge was in the Richie case?
Who?
I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is it's not public, so I don't think that they're going to be held accountable. They should. All right. Donald Schweitzer, an attorney and a former Orange County police officer, joining us from, it's dark in New York City. I don't know why it's already sunshiny out there in L.A. I elected to have that. I wanted some daylight behind me. Very nicely done, Don. All right, thank you, sir. Have a nice week.